And the two wrestlers, Oster of Northwestern, Zach Finesilver of Duke, and we are ready to roll at 141. Finesilver is 20-11 on the year, 8-5 in dual meets. Interestingly, he is 0-5 against ranked opponents. He has not beaten somebody ranked in the Intermat top 20 the entire season.
You know, Finesilver in right on a low single early on in the match. Oster uses his unorthodox style to step over and really trying to scramble through. They're both trying to fight for leverage. Usually in a position like this, they have a saying where the higher guy wins. So Oster's going to really elevate that leg, and he's going to try to look for a fall, similar to what Regis Durbin did against one of the Farr brothers of Minnesota. They're going to keep wrestling. The refs are going to let it continue, let the action continue. And Oster's going to possibly look to really, you know, get control of the hips and elevate that leg, but you know, Zach Finesilver is doing a great job reacting, and both these guys are rolling around just like we expected. You know, a lot of action, and it's just going to be a matter of who gets the right position or not.
You get the feeling one mistake, and both these guys could get a fall pretty quickly.
Absolutely, and the ref's gotta be paying attention. He's there, he's checking out the action, he's ready to engage because anything can happen in these positions. You know, they're really funky, and you know, it looks like Finesilver almost had the two there, but Oster once again does somewhat of a forward roll for people to understand it in clearer terms. And it looks like Finesilver is going to catch Oster on his back, which he does, and gets a quick 2 count. And that's what happens, like you said, Adam. One mistake, and it's going to cost you.
Finesilver gets the first takedown of the match and then gets another near fall there. So he's up 4-0. Minute 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Yeah, as you said, you saw him tangling up kind of both in interesting positions, really pretty easy to get somebody on their back. It's just holding them for that 2 count. And
just a matter of who's going to get there. And we were both kind of waiting for some action, calling it, and really back and forth action. Everyone saw it. But Finesilver came out on top. He's up 4-0 now with 22 seconds of riding time and 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the first.
Jamison, the third and final senior wrestling tonight for Northwestern. White with the major decision. Dom Malone with the forfeit victory. And Oster, the native of Homer Glen, Illinois, wrestling against a redshirt freshman, Zach Finesilver, whose twin brother, Mitch, will be up next at 149.
These Duke guys are really tough on top. You're going to see later on Jake Faust, 165-pounder, very good on top too. So a lot of their mat wrestling is going to be, you know, really important for a Northwestern to be aware of. And Zach Finesilver is doing a great job. Has over a minute of riding time in the first period. He's looking for a turn. He's got a figure 4 on the leg, and he's just a matter of fighting for that head. If he gets that head, he's going to get some points there. The ref's in good position to count, so any quick 2 count he's going to get. But then he comes across and locks up a far side cradle, and he's going to put Oster on his back. Got another 4 count, so, you know, Zach Finesilver is having an amazing first period.
Yeah, Oster riding the timeout at this point. Horn sounds. He'll get the 4 call, and it's 8-0 Zach Finesilver here at 41, the third match of the dual meet between Duke and Northwestern.
So now I think it's going to be Oster's turn to go top. Oh, Zach Finesilver changes his mind, and, you know, why not? You know, he's got 2 turns in the first period. He's got a minute of 36 in riding time, so it's really going to be, he's really telling Jameson Oster, you know, I'm going to go on top. I'm going to look for that turn again, and if I can't get it, well, I'm going to be up 8-0 going to the third. So a little bit of a confidence booster for Zach Finesilver, but Oster is looking to step over there. Finesilver does a great job. You know, both these guys are continuing to wrestle. That's what you like to see. The action really never stops. As a fan, you always pick up on that. As an announcer, you always see that Finesilver is really going from one to another, back and forth between that near side leg and that cradle. And, you know, as a wrestler, even if you're not getting turned, it's just so tiring being down in that position.
As you said, nonstop action here between Oster and Finesilver, but Finesilver definitely controlling since about the middle part of that first period. He's up over 2 minutes, 20 seconds of riding time as players will be blown or whistled out of the mat.
Interim coach Matt Storniolo steps on the mat, really trying to encourage Oster, you know, don't worry about this. Don't worry about the score at this point. You still got plenty of time left in the second period. Just get your one here, and you got to react from there. A lot of times when you're down, this can play a toll on your mind. You really kind of get overwhelmed in the score, and you forget what's important. And for Oster, the most important thing right now is to really get one, and he's doing everything he's got. Finesilver's doing a great job, and Oster looks possibly to get a reversal, but we're going to get another possible scramble here.
Working for it. We'll
He's
see.
Almost had a cradle locked up, but there we see a count going for stalling, but Finesilver continues to work up. But the riding time, what we see is it's still going because there hasn't been any control, but he's going to get almost got two backs there. So all of that whole scramble looks like Oster's going to come out on top. Ends up in more riding time for Zach Finesilver. And almost caught him on his back.
Yeah, no points, but just riding time for Finesilver. 24 seconds remaining in the second period. Finesilver in control. Oster trying his best to get a reverse or get out of the grip of Zach Finesilver, who's looked very impressive thus far.
Absolutely. This is what Duke wants. Not only can they have a possibility of winning this match, to get the momentum shifted into, arguably one of the biggest matches of the night for his older brother. However, this is a match that Northwestern needs to win. So if Duke gets this major decision, that's a possibly a 7-point swing in favor of Duke. That helps them out later on in their upper weights, like we talked about earlier, led by Connor Hartman. So we're going to see what Oster has, offer on top now. Now it's his turn. Riding time is locked up. 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock with only 2 minutes left. So you're looking at a 9-0 start before, the beginning of the third period. Oster looks to get that back points.
How much do you guard against a tech fall, and how much do you decide to go for broke and go for the fall to try to get some points for your team, knowing, it's basically a major's locked up in the books unless something critical mistakes happen by Finesilver?
Absolutely. At this point in time, I don't think, as a coach, I don't think you're going to be too aware of a guy like Oster who can score the points and who can catch someone. I think you're going to let him wrestle here regardless. The major's pretty much locked up unless he can, get something happening on top. He's going to have another opportunity to get a fresh start for a tilt, and it looks like he can get a cradle locked up, and he does lock up a cradle. It's just a matter of if he can stay in bounds, and this would be huge for Northwestern.
As you can see, Finesilver digging for the outside of the mat, seeing if he can get his body out. Oster fighting, but Finesilver's got his right leg. Let's see if Jameson can get any sort of momentum or power back into the ring, and doesn't look like it. I bet the ref will blow this, and he does.
From this angle, I wonder if we could have saw the exposure from that white line on the mat. The rule is you don't have to have an object touching inside the circle, but there's kind of that imaginary line that comes up, and if your body part is still in that line, it's
almost
still
like the
going to be
plane of a
considered.
goal line in football.
That plane, in a soccer goal too, once that ball crosses over. So it's going to be interesting. You saw the Northwestern coaches get a little upset about that. So did the Duke coaches. They might have asked for it to be called a little sooner. We're not in a position to, view it. But 40 seconds left in the third, and, Zach Finesilver's up 8-0 with 2 minutes counting down of riding time. So he's going to, like we said, he got that riding time locked up. It's just a matter of if Oster can retaliate and score some points of his own.
He'll need to if he wants to stave off the major decision. 20 seconds to go. Here the Duke coach is saying no cradle. That'd be about the main way that Oster can score some points here. 5 seconds remaining. And it looks like Zach Finesilver will get the major decision by way of the riding time. So he ends up with about a minute and a half of riding time and blanks Jamison Oster in a very impressive performance. A 9-0 major decision for the redshirt freshman from Greenwood Village, Colorado.